Now I know what you're thinking, why is the time teller doing a stupid little fashion show? Well, it's not because I actually think you care about my outfit of the day, it's because I'm trying to do a less pretentious, better version of what Hodinkee is now doing. That's right guys, I've given Hodinkee a nice grace period of like 2 months without complaining about them, and it's about time I lay the hammer down once again. It is 2:53 p.m. Let's get down to business. So for those of you who don't know what the heck I'm talking about, Hodinkee is now doing a series they call How to Wear It. I'm gonna go ahead and save you a bunch of trouble so you don't have to actually go to the Hodinkee site to see what I'm talking about. It's essentially Hodinkee picking a watch and then them proceeding to show you a series of the most bizarre outfits you've ever seen in your life. Like things you will never ever see any normal person wear. Let's go ahead and take a look. So the first of the series that I took a look at was the Vacheron Constantin Patrimony How to Wear It. Now, this is written by Malika Crawford, and judging by the little, profile pic avatar, seems to be a female that wrote this article. I know what you're thinking, wow, women, they have such a nice fashion sense. They know how people should dress. Women, take pride in how they put themselves together. Yeah, if Malika is the one who decided upon these outfits, I do not trust her. Like, I don't care if you're a boy or a girl. These outfits that they are showing you in this article series is like what an alien would wear after doing like 2 days research on how to pretend to be a human. So Malika does a little bit of an introduction showing her credentials. She says, I've been a stylist for the better part of a decade, so I make my living, at least in part, giving advice on how to wear and pair accessories. Please quit. So the Vacheron Patrimony that this specific article is kind of basing their style around is a very, very simple everyday dress watch. It's 40 millimeters, white dial, and pretty much its claim to fame is that it's under 7 millimeters thick, so it's like 6.8 millimeters thin. Look number one is a very contemporary take on tweed, where it has a man dressed in kind of a white jacket. He looks like an old school usher of some sort. Like if he had a little hat on, I could see him showing you your seat at a movie theater. The first look here is the deconstructed suit. So I understand wearing a suit with a Cartier tank. That's a pretty obvious choice, right? This is a very, very weird, ill-fitting suit. The suit itself is from Dior. The top is from Hanes, which is probably the least expensive article of clothing Hodinkee has ever mentioned. A Celine belt. And so this is a very expensive outfit with the exception of the shirt, the tank top, excuse me. So the one thing I noticed is just how bizarre the shoes are. They're like these dino stomper sneakers. I guess those are also Dior, but again, the pants are just kind of baggy, weird looking. I can't tell if this guy is like a gangster or just like a homeless businessman. This look is essentially a t-shirt that someone borrowed from their 8-year-old brother, white pants, and a varsity jacket. I guess what bothers me about this is, again, it's just weird. It seems like this is just all ill-fitting clothing. Is that what fashion is? Just wear something that fits poorly and then that is fashion? And we're gonna end this episode with the worst set of outfits you've ever seen, and it's their How to Wear It Chopard Alpine Eagle. Now this is a watch that I do not like because recently they've been coming out with a bunch of butthole dials for this watch, and I think it's just a stupid piece that's just, latching on to this integrated bracelet industrial bezel design that I hate. So I don't even like the watch, but the Eye of the Eagle styled three the Eye of the Eagle styled, my bad. The Eye of the Eagle styled 3 ways, again by Malika Crawford. First of all, I'm not sure if this is a boy or a girl, and in 2023, I could get canceled even asking that question. Because apparently you're not supposed to ask, but also you're not supposed to misgender people, so whatever you do is wrong. And we should note, the shirt is like sheer, so you can kind of see through it. Again, not something you would ever actually see someone wear, unless maybe, you know, you're in like West Hollywood, California, whatever. And this dude is, you know, holding a purse, so I guess this is all in a certain theme, I don't know. Then look number 2 is Canadian tuxedo. And finally, perhaps the worst outfit of them all, look number 3, we have a weird Where's Waldo long sleeve shirt and just the worst pants you've ever seen in your life. And it's not just me saying this. It's the comment section under these articles. We can see that like the top comments are horrible branding, PR campaign here. How did Chopard sign off on this? Another comment, not liking the fashion here. Another comment, great watch, but if I wouldn't dress like this ever. This actually turns me off of the watch. There is a point where we should be asking, what are we doing here? This has left me with sore eyebrows. Mike J wrote, I get fashion is subjective, but come on, at least try to explain in your eyes why the Chopard works with these outfits better than any random watch. So this is kind of what I want to touch upon. I don't understand what these watches have anything to do with the outfits that she has recommended us. And it kind of seems like this is just another Hodink doing Hodink things. Like they're like, oh, here's this fancy watch that we may or may not be being paid to promote. I'm just going to get a bunch of really high-end brands, make these really freaking weird, fashion-y outfits, because again, for something to be fashion, it has to be kind of weird, and then we're going to kind of just say that it has to do with these watches, when really, the relation to the watch is arbitrary. So I think the funniest comment that I want to read here is in defense of this series, and this person, Danny Milton, I've never heard of him, but he has his own little avatar with an H next to it, so I think that he might be on staff with Hodinkee. He says, I'm going to chime in. I'm noticing a ton of comments here that are quite personal. This is not the first how to wear it story Malaika has written, nor will it be the last. Hodinkee has always been a place for our editors to explore their own corners of watch enthusiasm. In each one of these stories, Malaika provides rich commentary on the intersection of watches and fashion. It's a seriously good read. It's also okay if it's not necessarily your thing, but let's please keep the comment section civil. We have terms of service for a reason. We read every single one of these comments and we moderate them as best as we can. I have to say that a lot of what we have been seeing is pretty disappointing. So this is hilarious because he clearly is someone that works for Hodinkee, and he's saying it's a pretty good read. I disagree. And unfortunately, you can't tell your audience what is a good read or not, because that is subjective and you are creating content for your consumers, for your audience. That's like me coming on here and being like, this is a really good episode. I read every single one of the comments and you're all wrong. You're all saying this isn't a good episode, but it seriously is. This is just proof, not only the articles themselves, but the response Hodinkee has to the viewership of these articles. It's showing just how detached Hodinkee is becoming with not only watch enthusiasts as a whole, but it seems to be they're becoming detached to their own specific audience, which is actually very dangerous for a brand. But, you know, what do I know? I'm not nearly as successful of a brand as Hodinkee is, especially not here in the watch space, but at least I'm honest, and at least I actually care about what my viewers are saying to me. And if they don't like something I put out, or if they disagree with me, sure, I might, you know, have a back and forth with them and state my point or challenge back or whatever, but I'm not gonna tell them, no, see, you said this wasn't good, but it actually is. It's like, what? There are 344 comments on just the Chopard Alpine Eagle one, and none of them are good. Dude, this one person says, dressing up one of the models as Waldo from the Where's Waldo series of children's books was a bit much. They need to be more subtle or everyone will catch on to the satirical nature of these articles. So guys, I don't care if you're a huge fan of fashion or if you're kind of just a stupid casual like myself. The whole point of wearing a watch, and I suppose of building your own sense of style, it's your thing. And you don't need someone else to tell you how to wear a watch. That's certainly not what I'm here to do. And I think it's really, really silly, pretentious, and just out of touch for Hodinkee to be writing these articles. And I think it's hilarious them trying to defend it and tell their audience that they're wrong for not liking it, but whatever. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it.